Hello, my name is Mariana, and today this is a reading for Cancer. So Cancer, as usual, I'm doing this reading with my own tarot deck, so the cards that you'll see are from this deck. So Cancer, let's talk about gentleness. Let's talk about kindness in this soft energy that is arriving, that is reaching you, that is actually landing on your shoulder or on your lap in a way that feels very delicate, but it's also very, very powerful, because it's almost like you weren't really paying attention to anything really. It's almost like you were very inward focused until this moment, which could have like this intention of, trying to blind yourself from being influenced from, the external energy around you. But what is arriving to you feels like big abundance, but in a gentle way, because the card that is talking about all of this is the first card, the Empress. The way that it came from the deck was, a very soft and gentle way, and it landed on my lap, and it was facing down, and it's almost like I was very, very careful to pick it up because I didn't want to intrude the energy of the card. So it felt like this image that came to my mind straight when I was picking up the card, and I saw that it was the Empress. When you are so still, when you are so, in tune with yourself and kind of like unaware of the surroundings, but you are in tune with your inner energy. It's like, and you don't realize that there is this butterfly on your shoulder. It's like you don't feel the weight of, or something bothering you, like, a mosquito or something like that. It's like it feels like a very gentle, soft landing, right? Just like a butterfly. And because you have your eyes closed, because of the Two of Swords, that's the reason why, it's almost like if you are sitting down to meditate or to just slow down and breathe in, this is how you shut off the negative or the negative influence from the external surroundings, and then you tune in with yourself. But as soon as you close your eyes to, put this blind on, it's like there is this arrival that feels very, it's interesting because maybe you feel this also, Cancer, but the Empress card here, it's coming through with this tone of it's overdue, but it's not like there is this rush or there is this need to receive it. It's almost like, okay, so it's reminding me of a phrase that actually I was meant to write down on this piece of paper, together with the other phrases that I just love and inspire me. But it's been this phrase that I don't know why I didn't write it down over there, but the phrase is still in my mind, and it still comes to me whenever I need to remember that. So the phrase is, be flower and the bee will come. And so, and I know that the image that I was seeing with the Empress was not exactly a bee. And it's almost like if it were a bee, it's like you would realize it's like the sound of the bee would be disturbing to your silence, to your like your moment of inner peace, right? So yes, it's coming through as a butterfly, so it's a little bit more gentle, but it's the same approach, right? It's like the bee that follows, the perfume of the flower. In this case, it's like, it's your stillness, it's your, and because, okay, so the Four of Swords is coming underneath this Two of Swords, and that's the reason why I'm emphasizing the stillness. But something happens that you open your eyes, because the Queen of Swords is coming after, and it's coming through with that type of phrase that says, when you see something, it's hard to unsee it, or it's impossible to unsee it, right? It's like there's nothing that you can do to forget about that image or to forget about that information. And in this case, it's like this gentle approach, this soft landing of this butterfly, you know, whether it's like really here physically happening when you are meditating, just, you know, trying to remove the external influence over you and just connect with your, it's like connect with your, how do I translate that? It's like this sense of balance, but it's not balance in terms of, you know, weighing two sides of the scale. It's more like this axis, this internal central axis, right? This is how I'm seeing this. The sword, right? It's like the sword is like the spine. So the spinal cord is like it's aligned. And because of that, it's like there is no need for you to, you know, close yourself off from negative influence coming from the external atmosphere, the external environment, because it's like there is clarity of mind. And because there is clarity of mind, it's like you can observe like just the presence of this gentle being that is coming in with a lot of power, but a lot of gentleness. That's the funny thing. It's like it's not something that is meant to be disturbing. It's not meant to startle you. It's not meant to awake you from a deep meditation, for instance. It's meant to bring you even more clarity about something that is really close by, that it seems like it's, you know, right beside you with the judgment, like being this tool. It's like there's something that is at your disposal, right? It's like you have at your hand in a sense, but you need to see it. If you are blocking it intentionally with, you know, whichever intention it is, even if it is a good intention to not let, you know, the negative influence that is surrounding you to really impact you, whichever the intention is, it's like you have to contemplate it, right? Because it seems like this butterfly is coming through with this message of a gentle but powerful abundance that is heading your way. It's almost like you have become this beautiful and just, you know, it's like this soft landing spot, right? And it's like, because if we think of, you know, flowers, they don't, it's like there's nothing that they're doing necessarily to go after, you know, the bee or the butterfly. They're just emanating this perfume so that the butterfly or the bee comes to them, right? And it's exactly what you're doing, maybe unintentionally, maybe intentionally doing so, but contemplate something that you weren't seeing because you were super focused inwardly. And once you see it, it's like allow it to bring this clarity in regards to something that is sitting right beside you. Because, okay, so there is the message about the abundance that is coming in a powerful but gentle way. That's one thing. The other thing about the judgment is the sound. Because remember, the butterfly, it's like, you know, you're not going, because I often, why am I saying the butterfly? Because I often see two beautiful wings with the crown of the empress, right? But these are silent, right? It's like they don't create like this this spectacle. Well, it is visually, right? But not in terms of the sound. It's like they're quiet beings, right? They're soft and gentle beings. It's like, you know, if you've seen a butterfly landing on a branch, or even, you know, over somebody, right, that you are sitting beside, or even on top of your shoulder or on your lap, or if you've ever experienced something like that, it's so gentle. It's almost like you can barely feel it, right? It's so light. It's so pure, right? And so that's the reason why I'm talking about this as very gentle, very soft and kind and silent and non-disturbing at all, right? because it's almost like you've become so still, Cancer, that it's like this butterfly wants to stay there, right? It's not just a temporary stop. I don't feel like it feels like, because of this, because of how you are becoming aware of this, it's almost like this is your perfume in a sense. The tool of the judgment is the perfume of the flower, right? It's like, it's how you emanate some type of sound, right? Or like these light waves. I don't know what that is. Light waves. That's your perfume. That's how you're going to attract this, right? This gentle abundance, because it is powerful. And it's okay. So the image that I'm seeing here with the judgment is like a drum, right? It's like, and the drum, this might be, you know, just an image that is just very near and dear to me, because I just feel very connected to the sound of the drum, right? It's just like, you know, the heartbeat. So it's so pure and so almost like primitive in a sense, right? It's like the essence of who we are, right? And how we are here alive, right? So it's like this primitive sound, but it's like these light waves of sound. So you become clear that you do have the tool sitting right next to you, that once you open your eyes from that trance, from that state of inner focus, inner meditation, it's like you realize that you have, it's like you know how to create that constant sound. It's like that constant breathing that is the emanation of your essence, right? The perfume of the flower. It's like that most it's like the most pure, the rawest kind of essence, right, of a being, right? This is how you realize the power that is coming to you, right? Yes, it's powerful, but it's because you have found gentleness, you have found stillness, and you know how to be this appropriate place of landing for this abundance to arrive. And so here, the Four of Swords, it was talking about how the moment that you start playing this drum, and you know, we don't have necessarily the Queen of Cups, which could be like, you know, this heartbeat, right? It's like controlling your breathing to the point that you can kind of control your heartbeat, or at least have some control of, you know, the speed in which your heart is beating, right? It's like you can decrease the speed and then you can increase it, right? You have more control over that, but it's not necessarily something so bodily. It's more like this knowingness. That's the reason why you're showing up as the Queen of Swords instead of the Queen of Cups. Although there is a lot of desire to share something from the bottom of your heart, right? Because it's actually, you know, how you're going to give back, just for the fact that you're receiving so much in a gentle way. Because after this judgment, we do have this Four of Swords. So again, it's emphasizing the fact that you don't have to go anywhere, right? It's like just being still, just sitting down in meditation and just being where you are, opening your eyes. It is something that is powerful, right? It's like from where you are in silence and just with your own energy, right? It's like hearing your heartbeat, like just listening to these light waves of sound, whatever that means, that you're creating, right? It's not something that you're just hearing coming from somewhere else. It's like you are emitting that sound, and because of that, it's almost like you're creating this, it's almost like this it's like this place of, how do I describe this? It's like this place that goes with you wherever you are, because it's like you, it's not the Five of Pentacles, right? Which, you know, would in a sense, place you in a specific location. It's the Four of Swords. So it's like there is stability, but it's very ethereal. It's like the perfume of the flower. So wherever the flower is, the perfume goes with it. You see what I mean? That's how you're grounding yourself in a way, just because of the number 4, right? But it's like grounding yourself in stillness and gentleness. And when you do so, it feels like you have the ability, just like, the whales or dolphins, I think, they emit these sound waves through water, and they have this sense of location and, distance and, where other whales are. And I feel like that's similar to what you're doing, but it has to do with the heartbeat. It has to do with this drum, right? This constant sound of you using this tool, but with power and gentleness, and being where you are. And from where you are, it's like you're creating this place of resonance, right? It's almost like you're creating this chamber of echo, right? But it's not enclosed space. That's the thing. That's the freedom of the Four of Swords, right? It's not an enclosed space. It's almost like it goes through ether. It goes through the air. It's not bound by any sort of physical limitation. And I feel like with the Eight of Pentacles, it actually reaches, or like what is the word? It's like it's in regards to your work. It's like when you do this silent meditation, when you do this contemplation, and when you hear that drum playing in your heart, it's like it's creating those waves. And in those waves, it's almost like you're perceiving the reach of your body of work. And I'm going to rephrase that, or emphasize the phrase, because it has a powerful meaning, right? It's almost like maybe the same way that you didn't realize that the butterfly was landing on your shoulder or on your lap because you had your eyes closed. It's just like me, right? Whenever I'm sitting down here and I really focus in the message, sometimes I forget that there are people actually watching this. And so it blows my mind that are people watching, that there are others that are resonating with this that I'm seeing, right? So it's kind of like that. So once you realize that the butterfly has landed and you open your eyes, it's hard to not see it, right? Because it's such a beautiful understanding that you gain, right? So much clarity comes from that observation, and all that comes, right? The meanings of that symbol, it's like everything comes in such an abundant way that it's really hard for you to not see it. But when you realize that actually what you're gaining, it's even more powerful than that, because it's like how far your body of work is reaching. It's like you realize that you've done already so much from the place that you are standing. And I don't want to say that this means that you're stuck in any way possible, right? Because again, as I said, the Four of Swords feels very free. It's almost like this flower that is taken by the wind, but it doesn't lose its perfume, right? It's like wherever you are, from this place of gentleness and softness and kindness, it's like you know that your work is reaching farther, because it's like it's coming from this heartbeat, this constant heartbeat, or this heart connection that is incredibly powerful, that now it's like you're resonating with that, right? You're not just receiving intuition or attuning to that. It's like you're actually and actively choosing to use this. So in utilizing this tool, this drum, it's like from wherever you are, that you are, in this silent mode, in this, you know, maybe focused and concentrated standstill, it's like you know that your work is reaching farther. And that's because this tool that now you know how to use has the purpose, because the Eight of Pentacles also talks about like a purposeful work. And the purpose of that is the Temperance, which is to give back, right? This is what I heard from this Temperance. It's like your intention, Cancer, is to give back through your work, right? And it's like, it really brings you this sense of peace and tranquility and softness. But now you don't have to be completely oblivious of that. It's like now you can have like immense clarity of how powerful like you are, how powerful the work that you create is, how powerful and how far reaching your work is, because the intention is so pure. The way that I'm seeing it's like, this is your cup, Cancer. This is everybody that, you know, is somehow touched by your work. And, you know, maybe they don't even come close to you, but they receive the benefit, because it's like it's in these light waves, right? The sound resonance, the energy that you're emanating, and it brings like this sense of like refreshment, right? It's like being in a desert, or, you know, just being in a very, very hot day and receiving that cold glass of water. Maybe not that cold, but just like that fresh glass of water, right? It's exactly what they need, what, you know, somebody else needs or others need. And you're here offering that. It's like, this is the offer, right? This is you giving back through your work. So it's so gorgeous. Again, it's powerful, but it's so gentle and so far-reaching, Cancer. I got goosebumps now. Okay, so I am going to pull more cards for you, as well as the astrological runes in the extended reading. So I truly hope that this was helpful. And if you want to join me in the extended, I'll be very happy to see you there. You can find the link down below. If not, I'll see you next time. Okay, bye.